Hey YouTube, I'm Jessica Wallace. I am a makeup artist from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and today I'm going to be showing you all of my kit favorites from the last year. I do mostly weddings and events, and the wedding season has recently come to an end. I still have a couple more weddings to go this year, but I figure now's a great time to show you all of my favorite products from the year so that if you want to ask for some of these things for Christmas, you can. I feel like this video is going to be really informative for people who are makeup artists and who are looking to add things to their kit, but also just for my everyday gals, because I am the type of person who does a ton of research, a ton of product testing on all different kinds of skin tones, skin types, age ranges, and I am searching for products that are super universal, so I feel like anybody who tries out any of the products that I talk about in this video is gonna really enjoy them. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, like this video if you like it, that's gonna help more people to see it too, and let's get started. I have my kit right here, and I've got some other things here ready to go. I'm just gonna start pulling things out and talking about, yeah, my favorite products from my makeup kit for this year. So I do have a few different kit tour videos on my channel. I'll link them in the description box down below if you want to see how my kit is organized. It's mostly the same this year as last year, so I didn't do an updated one this year, but I'll definitely be doing one for next year before bridal season begins in 2025. But I've got this little bag here that has majority of like my liquid products, I call it. I think of it as like my liquid bag. And I'm gonna start in here. And the first thing that I'm gonna talk about today are these First Aid Beauty facial radiance pads with glycolic and lactic acid that are safe for sensitive skin. There is a YouTuber who I love to watch named Taylor Wynn, and she does this series on her channel where she goes around to different cities all over the world and has different makeup artists do her makeup. And one of the makeup artists that she featured in that series used these facial radiance pads and talked about them in that video, and I purchased them after that. I went through a whole container of them this year and then purchased a second one. So these are little cotton pads. You get 60 of them in here. They are saturated with an exfoliating liquid. If you're a makeup artist, you know there are a lot of clients who take really good care of their skin. They have a regular skincare routine. They're regularly exfoliating. They exfoliate the night or the morning of their makeup appointment, but there are plenty of clients who do none of that, and the makeup's only gonna look as good as the skin underneath. So I have found these facial radiance pads to come really in clutch for those clients who just don't have a regular skincare routine and the ones who aren't using retinols, aren't exfoliating. It's super gentle, and of course it's not gonna do as an effective as a job as if they were exfoliating regularly, but it does do a really good job of just giving a really quick, brief exfoliation of the skin just to help the skin prep penetrate a little bit better and to help the makeup go on a little bit more smoothly over top. And it's safe for sensitive skin, which means even for my sensitive skin girlies who normally are afraid of an exfoliation, one little wipe of this pad is not going to cause them any problems. So I have definitely loved these facial radiance pads this year and highly recommend adding them to your kit. Another product that I have in this bag that is new to me this year that I've also gone through multiple bottles of is the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I have been using Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray for so many years. I truly didn't think you could find a setting spray out there that was better than that one, and I do still carry that one in my kit for certain circumstances. But for the most part, I've switched over to the One Size. This is an aerosol style spray, and it has quite a strong fragrance, and it can leave the skin feeling a little bit sticky, so I always warn my clients of that before I use it on them. But if you do any type of event style makeup where you need that makeup to be locked in and you need it to last as long as possible throughout the day and night, this setting spray is gonna be something that you're gonna wanna have in your kit. The way that this makes my makeup last, the way that this prevents sweat and oil coming through from underneath is incredible. I actually have a video where I compare the Urban Decay on one side to the One Size on the other side of my face and wear them throughout the day and like kind of compare how they wear compared to each other, and I was shocked at how much this prevented my sweat from coming through after a workout. So again, I'll link that in the description box down below if you want to watch it. But if you're a makeup artist who's on set and the makeup doesn't need to last for a really long time, I don't think you need a product like this in your kit. But if you're doing any type of event style makeup, red carpet style makeup, if you're doing photo shoot makeup where someone's going to be underneath really hot lights, this is so amazing, you guys. It really, really makes a huge difference. Okay, next up, let's talk about foundation. I went on a hunt, a multi-year hunt, to try and replace the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation in my freelance kit Magic foundation, which is this one right here, was my ultimate #1 top favorite foundation. Okay, sorry about the lighting change. I was using my artificial lighting, but I like the natural light better. So yeah, Magic foundation, my #1 foundation for many, many years. It was a medium to full coverage foundation with a demi matte finish. You could go medium coverage, you could build it up to full coverage. It was really nice and long wearing. It looked so beautiful. It looked better and better the longer you wore it. I really loved this. Charlotte discontinued it, so I went on a huge hunt. I tried so many different foundations. A couple of the ones that I have in here are from Dior, from NARS. I tried so many, you guys. The chronicles of it are documented on my YouTube channel over the last couple of years. And throughout all of that time, I discovered the absolute #1 best foundation that I've ever tried. This is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. I use this on myself for any special event, any special occasion. It's like my go-to favorite foundation for myself, and also for my freelance kit. So I'd say it's definitely more full coverage than Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, but I do carry a lighter foundation in my kit as well for people who maybe don't want this much coverage. But the thing that makes this foundation so spectacular, besides how beautiful and seamless and flawless it looks on the skin, is the longevity of it. I cannot believe how long wearing this foundation is and how good it looks for so long on my clients. I have clients who will start with me at like 5 a.m. and they'll come back to me like 7, 8 hours later for a touch-up after I've done like all the bridesmaids and the bride in the bridal party, and their makeup still looks flawless, and I can just really trust that this foundation is going to carry people through their day to night makeup. I've never tried anything as good. It costs a pricey penny, but I try to just pick it up in the Sephora sale when it goes on sale, and I'm just kind of replacing my shades one at a time as I use up the other foundations in my kit. But you guys, I love this. If you're looking for a new foundation for your kit and you want something medium to full coverage, demi matte finish, super long wearing, holds onto the rest of the makeup really well, makes the skin look absolutely flawless and beautiful, is great for acne prone skin. This is beautiful, wonderful, amazing. Definitely highly recommend, and has been probably my favorite discovery of the year so far. Okay. I've got all my lashes in here. Real quick, let's talk about individual lashes. This is something newer that I've been offering in my makeup kit. I have been a strip lash gal for many years. Individual lashes, they take a lot of extra time. They take way longer than doing a strip lash. They're also way harder to get a dramatic effect with if someone is looking for that, but I've had so many clients over the last, I'd say 2 years, requesting individual lashes as opposed to doing strip lashes, and so I've started incorporating them into my kit and just trying to practice and get quicker at them so that they're not extending my service time too much. And I've been testing out a ton of different individual lashes. I hadn't really found any that I loved at an affordable price, which is really important. There are tons of great individual lashes and even cluster lashes on the market from brands like Kiss and Ardell, but those are definitely more expensive than like the strip lashes that I'm buying online from usually AliExpress is where I get my strip lashes from. So I was working a wedding just actually earlier this month with another makeup artist who I hadn't worked with very often before, and she had these lashes and she recommended them to me and I picked them up. I got them on Shein, so they're very affordable. You can also get them on Amazon for almost like double the price. They're really great. Something that I love about them is the weight of them. I find a lot of individual lashes are so lightweight that they can be really tricky to apply. They're so lightweight that when you stick them to the lash line, they kind of come away from the tweezers and they don't have the weight to kind of hold themselves onto the glue, onto the lash line. So these have a little bit more weight to them and they just look so beautiful. They come in different thicknesses and they also come in different lengths. So we have a 9mm all the way up to a 13mm in here. And ever since I picked these up, I've been using them on my clients and I've just been loving them so far. So if you're also someone who's looking to add individual lashes into your kit, you want to get them for obviously a good deal, because we all need a good deal when we're using things for our business. Really great quality. They look really nice. They're a great weight. I highly recommend. Okay, so switching over to my kit here, I have some some makeup products to tell you guys about. If you've been around on my channel at all over the last year, you will have seen me talk about these Sephora 12-hour colorful pencil eyeliners. These are so amazing. They're super long wearing. They last for a really long time in the waterline. They're really waterproof if you're using them in the lash line. They smudge out a little bit. They're not super soft, so they're not great for like a super smudgy smoked out liner, but if you need something long wearing, if you need something that's gonna last, like I always do for my clients, the Sephora 12-hour pencils are great. They also come in so many colors, so I always carry a black and a nude and then a brown, and I always kind of change up the different browns that I have. The one that I'm using right now is called Cocoa, and it's one of the shimmer finishes. I find the shimmer finishes actually are a little bit softer, so a little bit easier to kind of blend out and work with, but it's a really nice kind of warm brown that my clients have really been liking. So love the Sephora 12-hour pencils. Something else that I want to shout out is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. So a lot of people don't use these in their kits because they say that they're unsanitary, which fair enough. They typically come with a big sponge on the top of the product here, but as soon as I get mine, I always just rip the sponge off, and then I'm able to just dispense the product out onto my hand, use the amount that I've used, seal it back up, close it, and I don't have any issues, and it's perfectly hygienic to use in my kit. What I love about this is, number one, the blendability of this product. It blends out so smoothly, so evenly. It blends out over top of powder, so if you've accidentally powdered someone's face or got powder in an area where you didn't mean to, you can still go in with a cream bronzer and not have to worry about it. This one right here is the Fair Medium. I love the color of this. If you're using it on a client who has more of a medium skin tone, it's a really beautiful contour color, and on a fair skin tone, it's a really beautiful bronzer. It has a teeny bit of warmth in it, which makes it the perfect contour color for someone with a warmer skin tone. And then for those fairer skin toned girls, it's the perfect bronzer because that little bit of extra warmth gives a nice bronzed effect to the skin without looking too orange. A lot of bronzers can look super orange on the super fair girls, and this one is like the perfect color. So this comes in clutch for me so often, especially in the fair medium shade. Something else I've been loving is the Urban Decay Moon Dust shadow in the color Space Cowboy. This is so stunning, you guys. It's a super silver glittery reflect with almost like a taupe undertone to it. If you put like a warm transition shade all over the lid and then just add this sparkle on top with like a little bit of liner, some mascara, some lashes, it's like the most beautiful party look, and the clients love it. They love the bold sparkle and shimmer without like too bold of an eye look. I also use it a lot of the time on top of like a champagne-y cream shadow, and then just put this over top for girls who just want like something super simple and super natural, and they really love that look as well. I've been using this a ton. I know it comes in other shades as well, but I feel like I don't even need them. Like Space Cowboy is just so universal, works on so many different skin tones, works in so many different types of eyeshadow looks, and yeah, I just feel like this one in particular is like a must add to your makeup kit for some glitzy, kind of more fun, fancy holiday looks or bridesmaids looks. It's a beautiful, beautiful party eyeshadow. Another product that I used a ton of this year, I almost went through this entire one, is the Stila One Step Correct Skin Tone Correcting and Brightening Primer. So I don't know if you guys can tell in the close-up, but it actually has 3 different colors. There's like a lavender tone, a peachy tone, and a green tone. So it's really great for color correcting, but I also really love it for smoothing. So if someone has a lot of redness or a lot of texture in their skin, if their skin is a little bit dull, if you go in with this product before you go in with foundation, it really helps just like liven the skin up. It helps disguise a lot of the redness, and it really helps to smooth out the texture underneath the foundation, just to make the foundation application a lot more flawless, a lot more seamless. I picked this up mostly for my red skinned gals, but I found myself using it in a lot of other instances as well. So super versatile, and something that I almost went through an entire container of this year, and yeah, definitely one of my favorite products of the year for sure. Speaking of primers, I feel like this is so boring, and I'm always harping on eyeshadow primers, but you guys, they make such a big difference. I don't believe in concealer as primer honestly, a lot of people will just do concealer on the lid and then go in with eyeshadow over top. I get that in terms of like wanting to have a smooth base color-wise so that your eyeshadow looks just look really nice and smooth, but in terms of like wearing the makeup for a long period of time, concealer is not really going to do anything to prevent your eyeshadows from creasing. It's not going to do anything to prevent oil from coming through and breaking up your eyeshadows. Having a good eyeshadow primer is so important, and I've tried out so many because my favorite one, the one that I use on every single client I have in multiple shades, is from Laura Mercier, and these are expensive and you get like not that much product, and I use them literally on everyone, so I go through them so quickly. So I've tried from so many other brands just trying to find something that was more affordable, but I always end up coming back to this, and I haven't found anything that compares to this. It just does such an amazing job of giving you that nice solid base to put eyeshadows on top of in terms of like color correcting and just giving you like one tone across the entire lid. But it's so amazing for longevity. It really holds onto eyeshadows. It prevents oils from coming through. It's just really an amazing product, and I feel like so important. Priming and prepping is so important, and something that I feel like really changes the game when it comes to the longevity and the wear time of your makeup. So Laura Mercier eye base is always going to be a favorite, something that I'm always reaching for, something that I'm using on literally every single client, and something that I highly recommend adding to your kit if you're not using an eyeshadow primer or if you don't love the one that you currently have. I love a lot of my brushes, but I wanted to talk about two that I purchased this year that I used so much and I have absolutely fallen in love with over the course of the year. They're both from Rephr. One is the number 36. This is like a little cat paw type brush. It's tapered and it's made with natural bristles, so it's so great for blending. I absolutely love this brush for blending out concealer under the eye. I can get right up close to the lash line with it. It does an amazing job of blending things out and really pressing product into the skin and not just moving it around the face. I also love to take it after I've gone in with all my liquids and powders and everything and just go around the edges of everything to soften it, whether it's around my blush, around someone's contour, maybe like in the center of the forehead, just to kind of soften anything that might have harsh lines and to help kind of blend everything together. This is a must-have with me for every single client and every single makeup application. I love this brush. And then Rephr came out with a line actually of synthetic bristles that are great for using on cream products. So I purchased two brushes from the line, and the one that I love the most and that I use the most often and that I feel like is probably the best addition to your makeup kit is the B05. So this is basically the same as this brush but a little bit smaller. It has obviously the different type of bristles and I use it for a different purpose, of course. So because of the size of it, I find it's really amazing for blending out product on the eyelid, and because of the type of bristles that it has, it works best with creams. So this has become my go-to brush for applying two different products to people's eyes. Number one is eyeshadow primer. This does such an amazing job of evenly blending out primer all over the lid and making sure that it's not like getting clumpy or patchy. And then I love this for cream eyeshadows as well. One of the products that I love to use in my kit is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadows. And this is the best brush that I found to blend those out. I've been using those cream eyeshadows for so many years and I've tried so many different brushes, and this is absolutely the best one that I've found. Just like with the eyeshadow primer, it does such a good job of applying an even layer of the product. This has really changed the game for me when it comes to applying creams in the eye area. So love this guy and highly recommend adding this to your kit as well. So that's it for this video, you guys. I obviously love all of the makeup that I have in my freelance kit. Like I said at the beginning, I am someone who is always trying and testing new products and making sure I have the best of everything in my kit. So I honestly love all of the makeup that I carry around with me. And there's a lot of products like my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, for example, and Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Powder that are like amazing go-to must-have products as well, but I talk about those all the time, so I wanted to to just talk about things that I either found this year, specifically loved this year, or don't talk about as often on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Coming up in December for Vlogmas, you guys, I'm gonna have some amazing videos, so make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna do a kit empties where I show you all of the products that I used up from my makeup kit this year. I'm gonna do a personal favorites where I talk about all of my personal favorite things when it comes to makeup, hair care, clothes, TV, music, like everything, and lots of other great videos coming up before the end of the year. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.